Well, Daryl is making some, you know, serious points. I mean, he's saying he wants to work with us. He came down here and he spent a long time here listening to the concerns of the people here. He says he's concerned and that he wants to work with the homeless community. But I get the sense that he's also very committed, and understandably, to this project of his, which is, and of his committee, to put in the homeless, the transitional house. The people who are presently living here in the open-air shelter feel that are frightened at the prospect of being discharged. They could be discharged at any moment if the weather changes, and they've been warned that on December 1st they will definitely be discharged because that's the latest date at which the armory would open. And at that point, many of them will be forced to go into the armory. It is an overnight shelter, and for some people that's a very welcome refuge. For many others who are living here, it's a tremendous inconvenience. For working people who are living here, and there are many working people who are living here, it means getting out of the shelter, out of the armory, getting over here and getting to their jobs early. It makes it very difficult because it's a long process of getting onto the bus, getting transported to the armory, and then getting transported back here and being picked up for work. So it's a problem for working people. It's a problem for people with dogs. Many people have dogs who are their family and their mental comfort and their protection in many cases. It's not a place where the youth can go, and there are still a lot of youth, 12 to 18-year-olds, who don't qualify for the armory. If you're not clean and sober, you can't go into the armory or any of the other shelters.
I don't want to be photographed, so don't even attempt or I'll knock it out of your hand.
Yeah, love is a big part of it.
Okay, so Mike and then Squirrel.
Yeah, this is terrible.
He wants to be Hollywood's most wanted.
I'm shooting the back. Never see anybody. You couldn't get a picture out of this. I knew that's too dark.
I don't want people to do that.
No. Shoot the backs, not the front. No face. You guys wound up here, huh?
I remember you.
You remember me?
Yeah.
Did your family find a place to live?
Yeah. My dad found a place up in Bonneville.
Did this place help you here? Is this a good place?
Yeah.
They have food? And you have a warm place to sleep?
Yeah.
You like it here?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, we're real glad that you're here.
They said that the meeting that they're trying to close this place down.
Yeah.
They said they're going to close this whole place down and make it into a new place.
Oh, that's not good.
Does that make you scared?
What?
Does that make you scared if they close us down?
Yeah, because we have a lot of friends here. And a bunch of people here are poor. And they can't just throw people out in the streets. And if people sleep on the street, then they'll get ran over. Because people, when we go around walking, we see people sleeping in bushes and stuff.
Thank you so much.
This guy, what's he got to say? How have you been?
He's really shy.
How have you been?
Fine.
Feeling pretty good now?
Yeah.
All right. Got a bicycle, huh? All right. Got a place to ride it, huh? Got food in your belly.
Yeah.
All right. right. Well, that's a good. Good.
Food, shelter, staff, administration, utilities is approximately $600 per room.
Why don't you do what you were trying to do before, raise his self-esteem?
So, and what was Daryl Darling's response to when you voiced your concerns?
Well, Daryl is making some, serious points. I mean, he's saying he wants to work with us. He came down here and he spent a long time here listening to the concerns of the people here. He says he's concerned and that he wants to work with the homeless community. But I get the sense that he's also very committed, and understandably, to this project of his, which is, and of his committee, to put in the homeless, the transitional housing,
The community house project,
the so-called community house, which would house,
which would displace the community you just described.
the community. There are now presently 200 people here.
So do you support an open-air shelter in Santa Cruz that operates on a year-round basis?
Absolutely. I mean, I think we absolutely need an open-air shelter on a year-round basis. And this is the place of last resort. And it is a necessary safety valve for many, many people. And it's actually become more than that. It's actually become a community. I mean, one of the inspiring things that in spite of all the difficulties that a community of 200 people on 1/4 acre necessarily face, I think they're doing an extraordinary job of self-regulation, and they're trying very hard to make this a viable community. And whether or not it is, and it in many ways is, there has to be an emergency shelter in this community, and that's what they're saying. We need an emergency shelter for those of us who don't qualify for other kinds of housing, whether it's transitional housing or whether it's overnight housing in the Armory or one of the churches.
We're concerned that currently right now there is no plan for the campers, period. This community here is housing a little over 200 people on the average per night effectively, and it's been going on for almost 2 years now. We are all basically pitching in, sticking together as a community as a whole. We know we're not perfect or anything. Everybody has their own problems, but we work things out.
And it's a community, you accept everyone who comes in?
Yeah, I mean, we're all people. We're all under strange and different circumstances bring you to the street, and you've got to have a place to live if you're going to get your life together. There are approximately 550 homeless people in Santa Cruz, and the other 350 or so are actually scattered throughout illegal campsites throughout the city here. This is the only stable community of people. It's the only stable place where people can go and become citizens, without breaking the law. People who stay here do not accumulate camping ban tickets. The police must be escorted in order to become on the property. It's like just a place where you have an address. There's the ability to get mail here, telephone, showers, do your laundry, go to the bathroom. Matter of fact, without a stable place to at least call a residence, you're not going to be able to get a job.